We got a brand new rumor for the Generation 10 starter Pokemon. This is coming from someone who I think has guessed some things, or they've included some they've given some information that I think this person's credible. But they want to be anonymous. That's the source of this rumor, right? Pokemon Day is among us. It is February. At the end of the month, we are going to be getting a new trailer for Generation 10. I feel it. It's what we're all expecting. And we're likely to also get the reveal of new starter Pokemon. And I will say, 100%, someone who shouldn't know knows the Gen 10 starters right now. They've seen them. They've seen images of him. They've seen something. Someone who shouldn't know. And I would not be surprised if the Gen 10 starters get leaked at some point in the coming weeks. I'm not surprised by that. But I kind of want to make a statement here. I want to take a look at these starter Pokemon and these descriptions that have been made, that have been submitted, that are spreading over the internet about the Gen 10 starters. I want to take a look at these descriptions and also compare them, kind of cross-reference them with the existing starter Pokemon. But if I gotta be honest, I don't know how credible this actually is. I think this is the most lukewarm take that anyone, like this, I could have made this post. This is the most lukewarm. It's such a mild swing. Let's get into it, okay? The grass type starter is going to be derpy, lame, but he grows on you. Okay? Let's take a look at all the grass starters. Bulbasaur, Chikorita, Turtwig, Chespin, Rowlet, and Grookey, I think, are all pretty objectively goofy and derpy, if those are the words, right? No, derpy and lame. I don't really like that. Derpy and lame is a little mean. Goofy, derpy. I'll take derpy's fine. Derpy is like allowed. We'll allow derpy. I think all these Pokemon are derpy, but they do grow on you because guess what? They're supposed to look like little kids. They're playful. They're fun. They're living their life. They're not cool edgelords, right? Snivy's an edgelord. Trico is an edgelord, and they evolve to be these serpentine creatures. Sprigatito as well. But a lot of these Pokemon, they get bulky, you know? They go through it. And so for that, I think derpy, lame, but grows on you, pretty lukewarm. I also want to say with the fire starter, and the leaker or this person said that the fire starter is going to be super cute, maybe a fan favorite. And once again, I got to say, very lukewarm take. Everyone likes fire starters. Fire starters are always the most popular. If you look at any single one of these starters, like the fire is the most popular, no question, right? No question. No question. I guess I'm second guessing a couple of these because I do think like Greninja obviously is more popular than Fennekin. I don't think everyone loves Tepig, but Tepig, you know, it's still, I feel like people pick Tepig. It's the fire starter. People like Incineroar, but people also like, I do think Decidueye has some appeal, some mass appeal. Scorbunny, again, I feel like people are picking Cinderace. I don't like it, but people like it. Fuecoco, again, people are scooping that up. Meowscarada is pretty popular as well. But what I'm saying is, I think widely, you pick a fire type next to a water or grass type, fire's winning every time. Fire is just going to be overwhelmingly positive. And again, they say the fire starter is going to be super cute. Guess what? All starter Pokemon are cute. What are we talking about? This is not like... this guy's not going out on a limb. This next one, I would say they're going out on a limb. Except, then they backtracked. So, they say the water starter is going to slay. What do you think that means, right? That's, you know... I also don't think that this is that big of a swing when we're taking a look at the last, you know, I'd say maybe more specifically Mr. Quaxley, right? Mr. Quaxley develops into his own man. He really comes into him. He becomes the man he's always meant to be, right? I'm proud of Quaxley. We love Quaxley, right? He's got some weird toes. I'll say that. His toes are a little strange. They look like tumors on his... He's got like 4 toes coming off of each of his toes. That part's a little weird. But we like Quaxley, and we know what this guy meant when he said that the water type starter is going to slay. I think you could also take a look at Poplio, little Poplio, right? Little Poplio also grows up to be the final evolution that he always meant to be, right? We love Poplio. What I'm saying is I think it's a fan. I don't know. There's things that like pop up in the space, right? People make a joke, people make a connection, and then that becomes canon in the fandom, right? And I think if you look at Quaxley and Poplio, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of opinions placed on those two Pokemon, and they're both water types. And I think that's what I think that's what this leaker or whatever, I think that's what he's clinging on to. And then guess what? Then he backtracked. Like, I'd almost like it if he was like, yeah, that's literally what we're going to see again. The water type's going to slay. But he backtracks, and he says the water type starter is not going to slay. I just think he's cool. That sounds like PR. That sounds like PR. He just thinks the water type starter is cool. But guess what? Every single water type starter is cool. The only water type starter that maybe you can't classify as cool, but I still think is cool, is Swampert. Every single other water type starter has always been cool. Blastoise, right? And I guess I'm talking about the final stages, which I think is a fair assumption. Like, the base stages vary in their personality. But Blastoise, Feraligatr, Empoleon, Samurott, Greninja, they're all so cool. Even Inteleon is like, I don't know. I don't like Inteleon, but he's pretty objectively like, he's James Bond. He's cool. I think this leaker doesn't know what he's talking about. And I honestly, behind closed doors, I've said this before about another post, about some other things that they've put out. I don't think they've actually seen the starters at all. I think they're just making stuff up. Yeah, I don't know. That's literally it. That's all I wanted to say. I just don't think this guy actually knows what he's talking about. I don't think he has actually seen the starters. Would love to see an image. I would also love to see something more specific. I've been in this game, and when there's a real leak, guess what? You start describing the Pokemon, and it sounds fake. If you want to describe something, then I'll probably believe you. I'll probably believe you even if it's fake. Even if it ends up being real, I'll have more respect for you if you start describing things. But just saying that the fire type starter is going to be popular and the grass type starter is going to be like a little bit bulkier. Obviously, it's a grass type starter. It's of the earth. Of course, it's going to be bulky. You're going to say the water type starter is cool and 2 out of 9 of the starters are going to slay? What are we doing? This is like, you're just repeating things that you heard from another Pokemon YouTuber. What are we talking about? I cannot wait to get some real Gen 10 leaks. I can't wait to actually see a real Gen 10 trailer. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. And yeah, I can cover more of these rumors. These are kind of fun to talk about.